I'm coming to you today from Maly Trostenets. Maly Trostenets is a place that a lot of us have probably never heard of. A place that I had not really heard of until visiting Belarus and visiting Minsk this week. Maly Trostenets was a German extermination camp. One of over 1,000 such camps set up around the world. We've often heard of places like Auschwitz-Birkenau. We've heard of places like Treblinka, Sobibor, these mass death German Nazi killing machines. But places like Maly Trostenets are places that not all of us know. And what happened here, on this very site, a mere 15 kilometers from the city center in Minsk, is something that shocked me to my core. Where we are right now, over 100,000 Jews were murdered. 65,000 according to some estimates, 200 according to others, 200,000 according to others. The number we'll never really know. Because over here, in 1941, when the Germans invaded Belarus and Russia and pushed the Red Army back, they rounded up all the Jews. And a lot of the Jews ended up being brought here. In 1942, the killing started. They started to bring Jews here from Minsk. Jews were brought here from Poland, from Germany, from Austria, and from many other different places. They were lined up in pits that were later saw by the Soviets, over 34 such pits. They were lined up and shot. And in 1942, towards the summer, the Germans brought here the notorious mobile gas killing machines, and the mass murder of the Jews took place here. It's amazing to think that all of these years later, we're just starting to understand what places like this really mean. This commemoration built here, this road of memory, that we can see all the different cities that came from here, and in this region, from Brest, from Minsk, and from all the other places as well, leading to this memorial that was built just behind me. And when we often think of the Holocaust, we think of what happened to Jews from Germany, from Poland, from the Western side. We don't often think about what happened to Jews from the former Soviet Union, from these countries, because almost everything was lost. When the war ended, the Soviets came in, and a Jew no longer was a Jew. A Tatar was no longer Tatar. Everybody was a communist. They were all part of this regime. And it created this lack of opportunity in terms of memory and memorial. But now, with the opportunity to start looking at these places a little bit differently, we start to understand what truly happens here. And again, on a site like this, in such a difficult and harsh place, so many people, innocent men, women and children, were murdered. Even at the lowest estimates of 65,000, it's a ginormous number. It's a huge number. But in terms of the 6 million plus Jews killed in the Holocaust, it was 1%. And it really brings back this point and this memory and this understanding. In a country like Belarus that had such a strong and powerful Jewish heritage and history, so many of our leaders of the Jewish people came from here in the last centuries. People like Menachem Begin, who was born in Belarus, Shimon Peres, artists like Chagall. So many people came from this place, and all of this history was almost entirely wiped out by the German Nazis. And it falls to us, all of these years later, to make sure that we remember not just the major death camps, extermination camps, concentration camps like Auschwitz-Birkenau, Treblinka, Sobibor, Majdanek, that were built in occupied Poland, where the majority of the Jews were living by the German Nazis, but also places like this. Again, 15 kilometers from the center of Minsk. Maly Trostenets. The town of Trostenets. This concentration camp built, this extermination camp, with one thought in mind: to exterminate our people. from me here. Goodbye.